I am so excited. I'm about to make a new journal and it's going to be a Taylor Swift journal. So I'm excited for you to join me today. I'm going to make this from start to finish. It's a gift for a friend and I may do a couple to sell as well. So if you're interested in those, please leave a comment. So in case you haven't seen my videos before, hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. This is a little golden book and we are going to be turning this into a journal. Let me grab you one. I've got one here actually. This was a little golden book. I've turned this into a Disney journal, and then the idea is then you can tell your stories in it, add your photographs and add lots and lots of fun bits and pieces to tell your stories. So I really hope you'll enjoy this one today. I have collected papers, I've collected fabric and bits and pieces, I've got my bookbinding kit. We are going to have so much fun. So I've bought my book, this one was from Amazon, but you can collect them all over. From look in charity shops, look on eBay. World of Books is another great place as well. Sometimes you can find some really good vintage ones over there. Now you'll find on YouTube there are lots and lots of different ways to do this. I am going to be quite heavy-handed with this one, and go careful because there are big staples in here and you want to keep your book intact. You don't want to tear that because we are going to be using the pages. First thing I'm going to do is remove those, I don't know if you can see, those big chunky staples. A little pair of craft pliers. Let's see if we can pull those out. I'm actually just tearing off, trying to save the golden bit there. I know there are ways to do this. A lot of people say about heating it up actually. I'm just tearing it for now. And I am going to trim this bit along here, make it nice and tidy. I did tear that a little bit there, so we'll need to fix that as well. And I'm going to do exactly the same here. Just tidy that up. Let's pop this board under here. Now going to work on the spine. So you want your bits, it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry too much. And I am going to use a box. This just came in the post today. It had some wax melts in, so I'm going to use this. I do have grey board and I've used grey board before, quite chunky stuff, but sometimes that can actually be a little bit too thick. You've got to be able to get your needles through it and things like that. So just normal cardboard is quite nice. That's a good size. And we are going to cut this to size. The width of this will be the width of your, let's use a knife actually, will be the width of your spine. Now if I was making this for myself, my journals get so chunky. This is one I'm working on at the moment. There's a lot going on, but I'm aware that I'm making this for somebody that doesn't journal, so chances are it's just going to be photos and things like that put in here, so I don't have to go super chunky. I'm just going to do, I think about that wide. I think that looks good. Let's straighten this up. So yeah, it's not going to be like, somebody's not going to make it with loads and loads who doesn't scrapbook or journal. That's worked out to be absolutely perfect. Now we are going to lay these out. We want a little bit of a gap. I'll show you why in a moment. So make sure that you've got the little gap there through. I am using normal tape, and try not, I've made this mistake before, try not to get the tape too far in because you will notice it. So I've kept mine nice and close to the edge, and I'm going to do exactly the same this side as well. And then let's turn that over like that. And then the reason that you want the gaps, you can see them there, is so that it folds neatly. There we go, there is our spine. How easy is that? That's our new cover of our journal. I'm so pleased with that, that's so cool. Right, the next thing we are going to do is to cover it in fabric so it looks really pretty. So I have chosen this beautiful blue fabric, embroidery on glaze. It is so pretty. I do want to make sure that it's not gonna go through. Yeah, I think that should be fine because it's got the little holes. I didn't want it to not look so great. I think that will work out fine. And I am going to cut that to size. We want it to go slightly over to the edge. I would much rather have something too big than not quite big enough. So let's just cut this, and don't worry about it looking perfectly neat because we will be sticking things over it to hide that. So sometimes I frayed it and made it look really pretty. This time I'm not. I am going to plug in my hot glue gun, and I am using some of this red tape. This is super strong tape. It's good stuff, this. Sticking it on like this. And this will hold the fabric. I used to use PVA glue when I first started doing these, with double-sided sticky tape as well. And to be honest, this just works so well. I love this stuff. I really, really do enjoy making these journals. I'll leave some links to some of the other journals that I've made so you can have a look. But I know so many friends that make these that are just addicted to the journal making, and they've got more journals than they ever plan to use. And it's just the enjoyment of making these, which I totally get. I think once you get the bug for them, they are really fun to do. I'd love to know actually, what kind have you made? What kind of books have you found? This is my first time doing a Taylor Swift. I wanted it to be really pretty, blues and pinks. It's very girly. I've worked out that I can actually miss those pretty dots because I'm going to be sewing through. I want it to kind of be, actually, I tell you what I do want to do. I want to try and make sure, because I'm going to be sticking something else over it, I want to make sure that I'm not covering up the T there. Let's make sure that is nice and straight. Yeah, I'm good with that. Although I'm going to do another line. I can see where the tape isn't. Down in the middle there. I'm going to add another line there just to make sure. I didn't like the way that it kind of didn't sit quite neatly enough. So it's going to vary on the fabric that you use. I've never noticed that before, but this is a much lighter fabric. It's quite thin cotton, whereas most of mine have been heavier. But the good thing is, it was easy to move. Let's try that again. There. That is cool. That is pretty. I think that matches the Taylor look, doesn't it? That is so pretty. Cool, I like that. I am going to trim this a little bit. Like I said, I would always rather have too much than not enough, because it's easy to trim to take away, but it's not easy if you haven't got enough. You may notice that that's not completely straight. Don't worry, we'll be hiding all that. And then I am going to add shall I just do all fabric in here? I think I might actually. I think that will look quite pretty. Such a pretty blue. I love this. Let's just trim that along, and then I'll tidy it up afterwards. And I'm going to do exactly the same inside. I am going to pop the tape. I know that this is going to be in an area where there isn't fabric, but I am going to be adding fabric on there to tidy it all up. Oh, and by the way, I will leave a link to the tape down below as well, because it really is good stuff. And then we will fold this in, and I want to try and match it up. It is a little bit on the big side here. Let's just tidy that up. And again, it doesn't need to be neat and tidy because we're going to pop something on the edge to tidy that up. And we'll add a little bit more tape up here. And I am now going to lay the fabric over the top and pop this in place. Cool. This is going to need to be trimmed as well. A little bit large. Look how pretty. That actually goes with her dress so well. I love that. And inside as well. Now we obviously want to start tidying it up a little bit. So I have got a few ideas. I want to keep it really, really girly. We could go with the lace. It's got a little bit of a pink trim. I wish I had sequins, but I haven't got any. I was having a look. Oh, not enough anyway. That would have been really perfect. I have got velvet, but I think that might be a bit too wide. I think that's a definite no. I also have this one actually, which also makes me say no. I have got this pink trim, and I have also got this pink trim. Feeling like just a piece of simple ribbon actually. Or the other alternative I've got is this one here, which actually goes quite nicely. My worry is though, I think I want something thinner because it bends over and I don't want it coming up. I think as much as I love this one, I don't think that one's a good one. I found this ribbon here and I'm actually thinking about that one. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm going with the frills. I've used it before and I love it. I love that. And we've got enough for both sides. So we're going to get the glue gun. Aid's making me a coffee. I can hear the coffee machine. It's such a cold day today. This feels like such a cozy thing doing, standing at my desk. There we go. Do we do it that side or that side? Let's do it this side so that it's nice and tidy, so that we can see the T for Taylor. There, that was a good choice actually. I think that's so pretty, really pretty. Any little frayed bits, just cut those off. And then I'm going to repeat the same on the other side. There, that was the right choice. I'm so happy with this one. Just want to make sure any loose bits are stuck down. Just to make sure, especially when you're doing it for a gift for somebody, you want to make sure it's all nice and tidy. I am so happy with that. That is so, so pretty. And I'm wondering inside actually if we should go for something a bit more like that. Or do we do the velour? Oh, I quite like that actually. Yeah, let's go for that, just to tidy up those edges. So I'm going to do exactly the same. You can see now why I was saying about not worrying so much if it's not straight or completely tidy. Let's put some more glue in there. So now we've got what I always call the carcass of the book. We've got our cover. We now need to make the pages inside. This is why the Little Golden books are so good, because the pages open out so nicely. Now I want to keep the story of this, so I'm going to include some other stories, but like some other pages here. We could have a glassine envelope maybe, but I would really like to actually keep the story of the book together. So that might be, actually I'm going to do two signatures. Sometimes I match them up, but there is actually a story in here. So I'm going to have 2 signatures. The signatures, by the way, in case you haven't done this before, these are the little pages to go inside. So, for example, this one here has 3 signatures. We have got, this is my Florida one. I haven't started this yet. The trip was in September. So we've got 1, got park maps in here, 2 and 3. So they're the signatures, the little groups of pages. And we're doing 2. So what I will do, because obviously we don't want to stick photos in that over the stories, we are going to add some extra pages. I have got some papers here that I am going to use. Let me have a little look. That is quite cute. We've got that one. This I'll do as an ad gifted actually. These bits have been sent to me by Paper Maze, so I'll have a little look at what's here. Some quite cute bits here. And we have got this one here. And I have got this one here. Oh, that one's really pretty. That would be a good one. That one is a good one as well. It feels quite wholesome, which I kind of see Taylor as being very wholesome. I love this one, but it has got some other bits and pieces. And then we've also got this one. I feel like I need a little bit more pink. I'm going to delve through my papers. I am also going to add some note paper. I picked this exercise book up. I think I got 10 of them at a car boot sale, and they've all got like I think it's Korean writing in, brand new, and I got 10 of them I think for £1. I've also got some blue paper here which I haven't used. I'm going to use. And then I've also got this I picked up at a house clearance store. And then I've got some music paper from a secondhand book shop as well, so I'm going to include some of that. So we're going to have a nice mix of papers. I am going to remove the staples on this one so that I can use the double pages, because this blue one I couldn't, it's all sewn in. So we'll see, we might be able to do a smaller page like that. That could be fun. It's quite nice to have pages different sizes. I just want to make sure, I know that the girl that this was for, she's been to a couple of Taylor concerts, so I want to make sure that she has plenty of space for her stories. I also want to check size wise, because that's going to be slightly too big. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to trim down so that it's a good size, and then know that I can't do my pages any larger than that. So if that were in, yeah, that should work out quite nicely actually. So that is the largest it can go. So I've got my pages. I decided not to use the other 2 because I feel like I've got quite a lot actually. In fact, I might even have too many. And I don't want to go overdoing it. So just having a little look. I've also kept the torn bits because I really like those. I think they really add to it. So although we've got a story together like that, it's okay to have bits and pieces in between. That's all part of the charm, I think. So let's, all these colours go nicely like that. We just need to make sure we've got plenty of space for stories, various bits and pieces. This is pretty. I think actually, or I might do this one first and that one in there. I like that in the centre there, because you don't want too many. That one, the music paper is very apt. That one, yeah, I've got a decent amount of space actually. I'm quite pleased with that. I don't think I actually need all of this that I cut down. I don't think. I do quite like that though. Maybe I will go with that one. That is quite cute. Or do I just leave that as the centre spread? No, I'm going to leave that as the centre spread, I think. So we've got one signature, and then we have got our second signature. So this is basically the story of Taylor Swift. It's quite cool, isn't it? I hope she will love her gift. I'm going to do it similar to how I did it before, I think, actually. The colours just all go so well. I might actually include that. I quite like the blue against there. I might actually have to read the story before I gift it. There. I love that. I'm really happy with that. I just want to do... Was it there, wasn't it? I really like that idea of having... I don't think that one looks as right on that page though. No, I'm going to leave that one. They don't have to be the same. That's fine. I also remembered I just need to trim the larger pages because they're always, because we've taken away some of the cover, they're always a little bit on the larger size. So we're just going to just trim very slightly. I just want to make sure that they sit within the cover. I think I might just take a tiny bit more off, just so that it's nice and tidy. Next thing to do, just go through and check that all your pages are up the right way and where you want them to be. I have done it before where they end up being upside down. So do just double check. Next, we want some scrap paper that is the same size as the spine. And we want to cut it to size. This is going to be our template to get us making the holes for the signatures. Excellent. So that's our template. And then to do this, we want to fold it in half and then fold that bit into the center, fold the outside bit into the center, and then fold it in half again. And then take the end and fold that into the center as well. And then we get our lines there, and we want to mark out, we have 2 signatures, so we have got 6 lots to fill out there. So if I had 3, I would then also include that one in the middle there as well. So that's nice and easy. Let's grab some clips. I find it easier to do this in stages. I've seen people do it different ways. I think it's trial and error to start with, and you end up finding your own way with this. I have a bookbinding kit which I love. It varies in price on Amazon. It's about £8 or £9, and it comes with wax threads, these chunky needles. It comes with all sorts of things, even a little paper creaser that I use. Yeah, there's a lot in here actually, and the most important bit, the paper piercer. I love that thing. So we're going to pierce our holes. This is super sharp, so do go careful, and be careful of any surface underneath, any furniture. And if you are a younger person, please, please, please don't do this without your grown-up, because this could end up in a nasty accident. And this was why you didn't want anything too thick as your spine, because you need to put that through. There we go, there's our holes. So I've now got my wax thread. I highly recommend using a wax thread over any other threads. I have tried pretty threads before and they have snapped. This stuff is super sturdy, and I always go with 2 and a bit of length. So I need 2 of those, and that always gives me extra to play with as well. I want to sew mine on the inside, so I am, oh, it would have 5 pages, wouldn't it? Okay. Then I have got my pages all together. Just want to make sure that they haven't actually slipped. Yep, that one's in the center. Happy about that. Cool. And then I am going to pop this on here because this is also my template, and then mark off, make sure I get that in the center, where I want my holes to go. Make sure that is in there. Like I said, I find it so much easier doing it in stages. I've tried the first few times going through the book all together as one, and I just end up with a mess every time. I find this way so much easier. So I want to make sure it's the right way up. I want to go through the center, so I want this to go first and leave a decent amount to tie. And then the other side. Make sure that's nice and straight. And through the middle again. And then make sure they're nice and tight. And then you can tie them in a bow. There, I'm pleased with that. And we're going to do the next one exactly the same. I am so pleased with this. I'll give you a bit of a flip through in a bit. I would like to add some pom-pom trim to the end there. So we're going to get the hot glue gun and just run that along the end. I think that's always a really nice finish to the journals. I should have found the end before I started. There we go. And I just think that looks so cool when the book's closed. So I'm going to do the other side as well. Look what a cute finish that is. And I am even going to do some inside as well because I want the cute finish on these pages as well. You can also staple them if you want to use staples. I just find this a really good way to stick them in. It's a question I get quite a lot actually when I'm doing these, is what's the best way to attach pom-pom trim. I would say a hot glue gun. Look at those pom-poms. I've added quite a few. They are so cute. Next thing I want to do is work back on the spine again. One of the things I have been very excited about making for this journal are the charms like this. So that is the next step. We are going to start by working out the center or thereabouts. There we go. Let's put that through there. And I have got some, like, they're almost like split pins. Do you remember like drawing pins from when you were back at school? I have these in my Amazon storefront, so I will leave them down below for you. Let's pop that through. And there we go. You could also do that bit before you do the fabric on there. I always seem to forget and do it afterwards. I'm actually going to add a flower. I always do something to cover it up afterwards, so I've got a little flower there in the center, which I think looks really pretty. So now we've got the start of our charm. I'm just going through all my treasures to see what I can find. I quite like the light bulb because of ideas. I've got an old key. I've got this acrylic which says happy. I've got some buttons. I've got some charms. I've got camera. I've got some Scrabble pieces. I was going to have a T and an S. I'm just turning them into charms. And basically, I don't know if you can see that, I've put a little loop on there. I have taken my paper piercer again and just gone through very careful. And then I've got these tiny little loops. I don't even know what they're called. I bought them ages ago. You get loads in a pack. These ones are tiny. And then I'm just screwing that into the top of it so it's nice and tight. I do have like jewellery glue, but I don't actually need that. That is not going anywhere. That has worked really, really well. I've actually got a little cup and saucer. How cute. Look, it's got a little heart. I wonder if I add hot glue to the base, will that stay on there? I kind of see like cups of tea and that, sort of like friends getting together. Yep, that has worked. We have got some cute charms. I'm now going to pull out some beads as well. Now to make our charms, I have got the same white wax thread again, and this time we are going to tie it. I've got my journal here with the loop, and let's attach that to here. And I am going to tie it to here. The idea being that you can then remove it if you want to. If you're working in your journal, it's a bit of a pain if it's there on the back. So this way you can easily remove it. So I've got a nice amount of thread, and now I'm going to start threading things through. So I've got a big chunky bead, and each time I am going to knot just to keep it in place. We'll do a few knots there, otherwise everything is just gonna fall to the end, so you need a few knots there. I do like to have everything out on my desk ready to go, so I don't have to keep going to find things, and I do actually really enjoy the finding process. That is so cool. I am pleased with that first one already, and I've got some buttons. We're going to pop some buttons through. These are really good. The following day I sat and watched a Christmas movie and finished these. I have added the little acrylic, I added the cup and saucer, I did some little Taylor Swift braceletty things. I've got one that says friend, and I've got another that says happy. I've got the I am so pleased with the little Scrabble tiles, T and S. I've threaded buttons, I've got a camera, I've got beads, there's a rose, a key, we did add the little Mickey, I've got the light bulb for ideas, this little cookie. They are so sweet. I've taken the charm off and I'm going to be working in here. I also want to have a little look through. For example, I want to glue these down. This isn't fully glued down. So I've cut the majority of these little cards out, and I am going to leave this like that, I think, and I think I will have a whole load of little flips. Let's use the corner punch like that, and I'm going to do a few little flips here and there, And then the idea is obviously photos can go underneath, journaling can go there, and I'll be able to tell her that when she comes over. So I'm going to do this, and then I might add some stickers and that afterwards. I'm going to do the same over on this side. Let's add some tape on this side. That goes beautifully, actually. It goes really, really well. Love that. This kind of like surgical style tape as well just works really well because it disappears into nothing. You can't really see the tape. Love this. Now this is slightly creased, I noticed, so I want to add something to that. Yeah, where I've creased it to cut it, I didn't notice that yesterday, so I think I might actually just run a bit of glue and add some lace underneath there just to tidy that up. Love this. So I've added the lace underneath, and then on this side I've added a little pink trim. And I think I'm going to pop the little, one of the little glassine bags in the corner here, so it doesn't really take anything away from the pretty page there. There, let's have a love you sticker. These stickers are beautiful. They feel solid. Such a lovely. Let's cut that in half. That will all make sense in a bit. So we've got one there, and then I'll add one somewhere else. So that's perfect for tickets. I don't know, kind of, most things are done online, but if you've got anything like train tickets or something, that could work really, really well. Right, what are we doing? This is quite nice to have some journaling space. Let's have memories. Love that. And then we'll have the half that I've just cut from the side. And then on this side, I think I will do the same again and do a flip there. I'm sure she's got a ton of photos to add. Just found a date sticker. We should put this one nearer the front. Let's pop that one down here. I'm going to make a little pocket with this one, so I've got some thin double-sided tape, and we're just going to run that along 3 sides so that this can be used for photographs. Something else that's quite nice to do with these journals, if you're going with like family or friends, is to show it to them and ask for them to write in it as well. So write their memories, what their favourite part was, you know, the most memorable part. So having your friends' handwritten notes makes it even more personal. I think that's a really nice touch. Let's do that there. And then I've got a little tag to go in there. I'm going to include the tag mainly just to show that it is something in there. And then what I wanted to do was I've got an Our Story on there. So let's do that. And I think I might actually replace that with some fabric. And I've ended up stapling the matching fabric from the spine on there. There. That is so cute. I've got one more piece there. And I think I might pop that on there. Let's round off these corners, and then I'm going to go through, add a few more stickers and also some little fabric tabs as well for decoration. So I've got all the pages, I'm happy with those. We have got flips and various bits and pieces. I now want to add a few fun bits on top because it looks a little bit plain on the top. So I am going to add some little bits and pieces like this. Some little fabric-y bits just to make it all stand out a little bit. So just adding my staple gun, making sure I just staple into one page and not two. And I'm going to go through and add a load of fun bits. I'm also going to take my tab punch as well. For no particular reason, it's not actually serving any purpose other than to look cute and just to stick out on over the top of the journal. I definitely recommend using coloured staples. They make such a big difference. So I am very excited. I have finished. I'm going to film the flip through. This is the completed journal. I love the charms. I think they really, really make it. I've added loads and loads of bits and pieces. It's a really, really cute one. I'm always very mindful when I make these for people that aren't scrapbookers or journalers to try and make them as straightforward as possible. So we've got lots of flips with little notes. Obviously I'm giving it to her so I can sort of like explain. She can just stick the photos anywhere she wants. So there's lots of places like this for photos, which is why I've added the plain pages. But I've also kept all the original book pages, like I said, so that she can tell the story, go through the story as well. I've got a few little stickers to add so she can add those on her photos as well. I really love these little journaling cards. Got a quote of the day purely because whenever you have a thing with friends or family, there's generally something is said that you always remember and you go back and laugh at. So I've added a quote of the day. This is a little space for photos. We've got memories here, and I've added loads of little sort of touchy-feely tabs as well. There's a little diamond paper clip we've got today. This one, I just love all the wording as well. It's so pretty, but photos can go either side. These are precious moments. We've got, again, these are great because you can either journal or add photos. So happy together. I've really kind of focused on friendship in this journal. I love, oh, I just realized the lace at the bottom goes with the bridal gown. That's quite sweet. And I've added little tickets. We've also got a few little clips as well from my website that I've added, my little online shop. I thought they were really cute. Little moments make big memories. There. I am so happy I've added a few little tickets just because obviously it's like going to a concert. Well, it is going to a concert. I just love this. Memories like these last a lifetime. And yeah, I'm really, really chuffed with this. Life is better together. I've got, oh, this one is just stuck on. I've just realised that. I've got notes. This one's love, life. Got another little pocket there for photos. You make me smile. Got a little clip there, so photos could be clipped on there as well. Got another little clip, and I've added some little tickets there. I can't wait to give her this tonight when she comes. Got enjoy our story. I love this. Full of love. And so happy together, and more notes. Let me know what you think. I hope you like this journal as well. I hope it's inspired you. And let me know if you plan to make one of these too. I think I will make a couple more, so let me know if it's something you'd be interested in purchasing as a gift for somebody. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll leave all the links below for previous journals and also the little papers that I got from Paper Maze as well. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.